Hey, I'm Joe, and welcome back for some more hardcore survival space engineers. Time to go over a few things. A few things have happened, so we'll get into this part first. The mod list, right? I've changed again. You'll notice on screen that there are less baddies. Well, unfortunately, we had to take out almost all of the NPC mods that we have, except for the assertives. So we have all of the assertive combats, the cargo with rival A, the bunkers, and the installation. Those seem to work just fine. They still send in drones, so everything is good to go. The other ones, however, we had to take those all out, like air traffic, the orcs, the reavers, the corruption. All those guys had to go. We will be putting those back in because we are going to be continuing this either as in one season or as the next season once we get into space. We may continue it as just a one season kind of thing. And the reason behind all of that is the fact that all those ships that was just hanging around, just floating out there, not really moving, I didn't pay too much attention to it. But my sim speed was dropping down to like 30s and 20s, so I decided to go take a look. Well, the majority of those ships, they're not really meant for Petra. So they were just either hanging there or crashing on the ground. There was probably 30 or 40 ships on the ground. There was so much stuff just going on, and it was just straight up killing my sim speed. So unfortunately, I had to take them off. We're still getting attacked. We're still getting drones. Actually, we are. Yes, GTS. We're still super low. So we're only spawning like relatively the basic stuff. And speaking of basic stuff, I want to get started today. Let me just make sure here. Let me jump into this. We got anything out? Okay. No wolves. Perfect. I want to get a sensor. And this is before we get into the meat of the episode, but I want a sensor, and I kind of want to rotate in lot. Yep, something just spawned in just now. Probably more drones. That's what I'm suspecting it being, is probably more drones. Speaking of drones, we got one hanging out over here, and we shot down. We got another auto repairing gun emplacement in. Ooh, ow, yeah, that hurt. Almost killed myself there. I about won a death counter, which, speaking of, I keep hitting X for odd reasons. You know, like when I'm crouched, if I'm crouched, I'm doing something. For some reason, my finger goes to X. And, you know, we can't do anything. I mean, we can slide, that's about it. So, I've been just jumping off into the pit to get rid of the low, warning sign, because I'm not really making hydrogen. I can't use it. I am gonna get that situated where I'm not doing that. I'm not counting those deaths either, but maybe I should. Probably not going to though, because I feel like that's just not something we can get around. Why do I not have interior plate? I could have sworn I grabbed everything that I needed. Oh, I just grabbed kind of what I needed. But that's how I'm getting back up to full hydrogen, in case anybody is wondering. It's just I gotta stop hitting freaking the button for everything I do here. Where can I put this? Maybe up here? Actually, right here is probably where I want to put it. I have been upgrading our tools a little bit as I go. Getting things, kind of taken care of. That way we can have a little, since I'm doing a lot of stuff by hand still, being able to take care of all this stuff is, those better tools. And I don't know why I don't really rush to better tools right off the bat. Wolf Finder. Okay, so we're gonna go, let's go left 8, right 8. I'm gonna get orientated here. The bottom can be 5, top can be 5. Do like that. The front, an auditory alert, detect players off. Is there like a detect? I guess we'll go with, maybe this plan won't work. Let's go back to detect players, why not? And we will detect not owner, not friendly, neutral, and enemy. Maybe players will be in there or something. We'll also do small ships too, just in case, maybe a wolf is a small ship. I don't know. With that there, I just want to pop this down somewhere out of the way. Well, that would be perfect right there. That's completely good enough for me. We're going to be knocking all of this stuff out anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, not knocking it out, rather. We're going to be moving everything. It's all, none of this is here forever, because there's going to be some big changes. Still going to maintain the base location for quite a while, mainly because I've already done like a rover only thing, and I kind of want to get a few other things done. There's a lot of like cool little gizmos that I really, nah, that's not what I wanted. We will toggle on and toggle block off. Now I can't really test this until some wolfies show up, but hopefully that works. That would be pretty cool. I know we can detect like biologicals with other things. There's also some early warning systems I want to get into place, and there's a few other things way out yonder that I want to set up too. Probably not hill. I like the idea of having this kind of little bunker area here, but I really want to take back the surface. I think with less enemies, we're still going to have heavy combat, but I think it's going to be manageable to an extent that, oh, there goes something else spawning in. It's going to be manageable to an extent that we can do a few things. So what I need here, I think this is all I need. I got the other bar. Yeah, the other bar's already good to go, son. All right, what we're doing in this episode. The duck, you know, I really liked having the duck around and doing things and going off and getting ore with the duck, but we're going through bullets quite heftily, and the duck just can't keep up with supply and demand. We're going to change that today, fam. We're going to set up a very cheap ship printer with well, it's actually going to be a very cheap multi-grid ship printer. And why? How did I mess that up? Me and Build Planner, we don't get along sometimes, but that's okay. This is like I said, this is very, very effective, and I'm pretty well, I'm not pretty sure, I'm super sure this is going to be a lot of fun to get going. And again, this part over here is also temporary. We're only needing this here to hold, you know, our projector, whatnot. Plus, this is how we're getting out of here. So we gotta rip that down. We need a better miner. I don't want to rely so heavily on the flying machine, so we are going to be doing a rover miner. Actually, I should have said mining rover now that I think about it. That's great. Oh, speaking of thinking about it, the maker of the Jetpack nerf mod has a version that allows you to use the jetpack on a moon, and I'm pretty excited about that, so I went ahead and switched them out. We can't use the jetpack on anything with 0.26 and higher, so 0.25 and below gravity we can use your jetpack. So there are certain spots in the planetary bubble that we could do. Speaking of planetary bubble, it's not going to be very difficult to get off this planet, but I'd like to be prepared, because as soon as we get off this planet, we got reavers, corruption, we got all kinds of stuff that we got to start dealing with once we get up into space. And I'm thinking that once we get from here, we're going to have an asteroid base. We're going to have to get materials down from that asteroid base to down here. So probably some kind of like drop pod maneuver, kind of parachute kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna really accomplish that, to be honest, just yet. We'll figure it out though. I got a feeling I want something like this, and we're gonna have to go like that maybe. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure if this piston is gonna reach the whole way. Let me turn my lights on here so you guys can see, and let me get rid of all these little things there. I still need my bar up and stuff, so we gotta leave that going. Let me get this built. We gotta test out our distances here, making sure everything is good to go. Now, the really cool thing about this printer is it can be set up. We could have been printing ships from the get-go. This is super easy. It's 1, maybe 2 pistons and 3 welders, or 4 welders depending on what you need done. But I think we're going to be able to get away with 1 welder. Speaking of welders, all the settings have now been set to realistic aside from my inventory. Personal inventory is still ×3. Man, yeah. That's one thing, one luxury I gotta have is my ×3 inventory. But welding speed is now set to realistic. Efficiencies on these 2 things here, the assembler and refiner, everything is all realistic now. And I should have kept it like that from the very beginning, but I was like, you know what? I felt like with a YouTube channel, or not a YouTube channel, I felt like with the series that it would have been, it's a lot more of a better idea to have a little bit of speed to be able to do things, but no, it really wasn't. So we took that off. Speaking of taking things off, the planetary crash ground encounters mod, the one in last episode where we went off and got that uranium, I took that off and I threw all the uranium away. In fact, we can come over here and I'll show you all. I just tossed it. Oops. Oh, well, that means there's nothing in there. Yeah, it's gone. That was too OP. It really was. And not only that, but after it despawned, right? It spawns back like 10 minutes later, in the exact same spot with the exact amount of uranium. So I could have farmed up thousands upon thousands of uranium just by going over there and picking it back up. And then it would despawn and then it would pop right back in. It was too good. I'm not saying there was anything wrong with the mod, but for a hardcore playthrough, that was too good. So that's gone. Yeah, we're definitely extending this out. And by the way, the mod list is pretty much in a stable format. There might be a few other tweaks and changes. There is another change though that I want to talk about. Is I added another plugin, and that was more, I forget what it was called. But in other words, it let me kill some of the sun glare here on Petra. It wasn't a drastic amount. Like I didn't really make the death glare go away, but it's noticeable. Well, at least for me, it's noticeable, and I'm very sensitive to light. That was a win in my book, I think. Finding that was really cool. I was really hoping to be able to find what's it called, but I guess none of them work anymore. The camera to LCD mod. That used to be a thing back in the day. Well, I don't really remember when it was a thing, but it was a thing. And I was thinking, man, wouldn't being able to display what a camera sees on an LCD would be amazing for a first-person playthrough, right? You would think that would be like the bee's knees, and you would be correct in thinking so. Sadly, that option is no longer available to us. Both mods are broken currently and do not work, and if they will ever work again, I don't know. The people who made them in their statements on their Steam page have said that they don't really have a whole lot of time to devote. It's a shame, but hey fam, I understand. You know, you got stuff you gotta do that. Alright, now that we've got the basics of our little gizmo here set up, we have our 2 pistons. That should give us all the distance we need. Now to make this in a cheap way, we do these 2 things. For the first piston, since we need 2, the first piston will be set to 10 out of 10. So the minimum and the maximum is set to 10. Let's go ahead and reverse that. If I could press buttons here, because this needs a little bit of babysitting. So we gotta kind of sort of maybe press some of the buttons ourselves, which is fine, perfectly fine. We can do that all day long. Now, I'm going to be getting the distances in here set up. So let's kind of go with, no, let's put the front end on it first. That would be more beneficial, I think, is to get the front end on it first. I don't think I need any more than 3 welders for what I'm going to be making, and that's a grinder. That is not a welder. I should pay more attention to the build tips thing. Why can't I spin? I always have a hard time with this. Okay, so the grid that we're making is actually specifically designed to fit inside of a 3x3, so we should only need these 3 right here. Since we don't have the increased welding speed, I have to kinda set it up like we were doing. We have to control the minimum and the maximum. It's mostly really there just to control the minimum, but I do both because I am prone to making mistakes sometimes. So that's a thing that I do. And yeah, I like to try to be as safe as possible when I'm making my little freaking space engineer shenanigans. It's always a good idea to not destroy what it is you're trying to make in the first place. But this rig right here, this cheap multi-grid projector, like I said, bam, listen to me. Anybody can make this right out the gate. You can start printing as soon as you have the materials. Super easy to set up. We should have set this up a lot sooner, but at the time it was more pressing that we get, what is it? What am I trying to say? It was more of a, we need to get safe because there was a lot of things going on. We weren't really getting attacked, but there was a lot of things going on. And the light is going off up there. Does that mean we have the wolves? Let's get this welded up and go check. Oh, that's so cool. I hope this is working. I hope that's working and there's not just a freaking like small grid enemy ship just floating out there. This is fun stuff right here. Making little gadgetries like this. Oh yeah, there's a wolfie right there. Dinner has arrived, boys. Dinner has arrived. So we're gonna go up here like this. Let's crouch down. And we're going to do some little shenanigans like that. Come on in. Come on. There you go, buddy. I'm gonna close the door because, you know, see what I mean? I have a bad habit of hitting the thing. So then we can shoot him just like that. And we can come over here, open up our gate. Perfectly safe. This is overkill to the extreme doing this. But it's so much fun. And there we go. Dead wolf. So you're probably going to keep spinning until you get rid of that body. So with that being said, let me get in here to this sensor. Let's go to the wolf finder and let's go to top. Just like that. Is there another wolf out here? Oh, there is. That's why you was kind of detecting things. Well, let's stop playing around with wolves, y'all. We need to get things situated over here on this projector, printer, gizmo thing. I guess I could just go like this. Let's do our maximum though. I want to say 5, right? Ooh, stop spinning the mouse wheel. All right, now let's reverse this out. I need this to be butted up real close. You know, probably like right in here. Was 5 gonna do it for us? Oh, no. I was about to say, oh yeah, we were right on the money. Right on the money. Now the cool thing about using build vision is we can kind of go like this. Let's go up to 6. 6 is almost there. Maybe 6.5, 7. Let's try 7. I kind of want to go for a good even kind of number here. Oh, that was not an even kind of number. Okay, the maximum is set. That looks good. That'll give us room for it to fall down. Perfect. Perfect. But I want to set your minimum distance to 7 as well. I almost feel like I should put like a seat on here or something. I wonder if I can do this. We're gonna rotor lock this for a second. Oh yeah, here's my little get in here to avoid the storms, go AFK chair. Because I've been going AFK to let that thing down there just do its mining. But where was I at? Gyro. That's right. Yeah, I wanted a gyro. I don't know if this is going to even work. I know it works with remote control blocks. But will it work with a cockpit? That's the question. I think I just completely scrolled over all of the components necessary to do my thing that I want to do here. This would be a fun little thing if this worked. Actually, you know what? We need to do rotor displacement just a bit here. Probably didn't have to do it that much though, but that's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Please work. It should work. Let's test it out. Well, first we gotta turn this off. Oh, it's rotor lock. That's right. Turn the lock off, and we should probably get rid of this thing. Why can I not grind? Yeah, I'm still not getting used to this tool switcher thing. Now it's working. Oh, son. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's a little janky though. I like it. Let's just name this something like that. That'll work. We can get back up in here. Let's go to build, and we'll do rotor lock on and off. Perfect. And we can put our lights on. Oh, that's so good. All right, we need to go in and do a name over here, right? So this piston will be B1. All of this, sadly, is going to have to... We've just wasted all this material, because once this is complete, we're scrapping all that. This welder, and this welder here will also be B1. That way I can kind of, you know, get everything situated a lot easier. Go to projector, and we're going to find the blueprint. We're going to find the Badger. There it is. Copy the clipboard. Done. All right, since we have build vision, we can get up here and go like this. So this definitely makes things a lot easier. Ooh, so we go to 90 like that, and then probably, I'm guessing, a row. Yep, a row did it. I don't want to do a vertical. I want to do a horizontal offset, and I kind of want it to go right there. Maybe. Where can I hook this freaking thing at? I really need to build these better. Alright, now we're getting stuff situated, y'all. I didn't have the blocks placed correctly, and that was causing all the problems. But it looks like we are good to go. Cannot believe. Oh yeah, there's the res sickness, by the way, if y'all notice my health. Or the resurrection, or the death penalty. I think it's death penalty is what it's called. Will cannot be placed. Well, I can see why it wouldn't be placed, because there's probably a welder in the way. But yeah, this thing is going to work out. Wonder how much of this right here can get built before we have any problems pulling it back a bit. And I think that our answer was given to us right there. Jump up here, and then we're going to 3. Maybe 3 again. That was the answer right there. Don't want to go too far, because if you go too far, then stuff just won't get built. I'm going to finish this off. And that assertive research base. Uh-oh. Something big just spawned in, and I don't know what it was. It was definitely something associated with the assertive stuff, because it is invisible. Mother trucker, y'all. So I forgot to show you all it doing this. Check this out. Look right here. It built this subgrid, and it built that subgrid. So cool. So, man, I can't get over this enough. This is a plugin called multi-grid projection, and it literally does what the name implies. It lets you build the projected bits on subgrids, which is super amazingly cool. Oh, by the way, very important with this particular ship printer is I forgot to mention Clang Preventer 9000. This is a Clang Preventer 9000 right here. You gotta put like a little some kind of like glass sheet in front of these right here. I just have patterlessly threw mine together. I may have destroyed the entire base, dislodged this entire thing that we've built from gravity, and it kind of went off that way. Thankfully, I was able to recover by quickly hitting escape and not saving as I quit the game. But yeah, let's just jump in here and let's pray nothing bad happens here. Where we at here? B1. We want to decrease minimum distance, and we want to set that to reverse. So if we hit 7 and then 8 and then 7 again, let's go down here and check stuff. Let's try not to run into the welders though. So basically what the Clang Master 9000 or the Clang Prevention Act here does is it prevents this grid from becoming one with the welders, which is something that can happen, and it literally did just happen to me. Like if this wheel, for example, would have been built, the chances of it becoming part of the welder and then sending your entire base up to Clang is extremely high. So what the windows and the slabs do is they prevent anything from being built inside their area. And that allows you to safely do what I'm doing right here, fam. I want to keep the camera rolling a little bit here, and we're going to have to go back and forth while I make sure everything is kosher and whatnot. See, right there, we're getting ready to build a subgrid. Getting ready. Oh wait, no, that's the side connector. I can't remember where the freaking subgrid is on this freaking thing. I think it's over here, maybe, where the new subgrid is going to be. Let me do a thing here real fast. So let's go like this and show only buildable all. Now I'm just confused. Anyway, I can't remember what all I've done to this thing. It's been so long since I built this rig. All right, once more. And yeah, as you can see down there, the little wheels that are kind of sticking in and out. And I'm sorry, we got to keep going down here and doing this. It's probably boring. I do apologize. But there is the other grid, actually. Oh man, it might get in there and do this thing. Let's see what it does. Hopefully, Clang doesn't come once again. Alright, I think... Nah, I gotta check it. Gotta make sure. See, the one thing about doing this stuff like this... And... just like so. Buildy, buildy, buildy. One more. Oh yeah, it's already on the other subgrid. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at. Love it. This makes me super excited, fam. It really does. This is so cool. And there we have it, fam. A fully built multi-grid machine that works. I can't describe how cool this mod is. Let's jump in this bad boy here. How long has it been since we've been in here? Don't mind the one thing up there. The stupid duck up here is like spazzing everybody out. Let me go ahead, unlock there. I always forget to turn this thing off when I do this. But yeah, that gravity align mod kind of takes over stuff. So I'm gonna have to get that resituated back up top because it is completely janktified everything up. Let me go in here to my custom data. No, it would be the top center screen. And font. Where's the font size at here? Come on now. Where's it at? Text padding. Oh, 0. I won't like that. We want a, what is it? A 1.5 maybe? Can't remember. Nope, definitely not that. 0.5. I think. Let me look at these other screens. 1. So top right is debug. Then we have debug. So you should be debug also. Debug, and we're going to set you to 1. Yeah, it's not quite exactly. But there it is. This thing is freaking awesome in every way, shape, and form. It just needs to be we just need to get her powered up and ready to go. I gotta cut all this stuff down now, sadly. That's a thing that has to be done. We'll dislodge this once it gets a little bit of battery power. But yeah, we now have a fully functional mining rover, and we built it all from one projection. Oops. Well, that's one way of getting it out of the way, I guess. Sorry, y'all. I think that is going to do it for this episode. What a cool freaking piece of tech, right? A very cool piece of tech. However, is that a Gatling gun up there, or did I freaking put a missile launcher on this thing? Oh yeah, this thing is actually designed for no jetpacks. Did I put a missile launcher on this stupid thing? I did. I'm gonna take this off and replace it with a Gatling gun. And then we have more Gats up here. The Badger, boys, it's not as beefy. It can't do as much as its big brother, the Coda, can. But the difference between the Coda and the Badger is the Badger bites. The Badgers, man, they're fierce little beasties. They dig holes and they chew on the baddies. And that's what we're going to be doing right here. So this will keep us safe. To keep everything going. Probably going to replace the ore detector right there with one of the modded ones, the long range ore detectors. I'll get to that here a little later. Yeah, I can probably maybe safely take it out. I think I can safely take it out. I don't know. Yeah. I might just put one on it somewhere, just slap it on there, because I think taking that out might actually break the axle on this thing. But there it is, fam. Multi-grid projection. Actually a multi-grid projector. Cheapo ship printer thingy. Look at it. The glory of how this thing does. It does all the little grids. It's all my little spinny cameras that I can use to spin and camerify with. That way I can spin my view around. I won't have to get this other camera put back in here. There it is, boys. There it is. You know what? Screenshot that. All right, y'all. As always, when in doubt, crowbar out.